Now, moving on to GameStop, of course, E-Trade considering removing meme stock leader Keith Gill from their platform after growing concern about potential stock manipulation around the recent GameStop purchases. That is according to reporting from the Wall Street Journal. For more on this story, we're going to bring in the reporter who broke it. We have Anna Maria Andriotis. Anna Maria, thank you so much for being here with us. I mean, start with just what happened here, right? Talk to me about what trading behavior your sources within Morgan Stanley noticed that indicated to them that this could be a sign of potential behavior that would be worth banning someone over.
Great to be speaking with you. So the concerns began about 3 weeks ago. This was following the X post on May 12th from the account that's associated with Keith Gill, where it showed him leaning in, sitting on the chair, leaning in. And the following day, people working at Morgan Stanley looked into his E-Trade account and saw that he had made a large purchase of GameStop options before that tweet had gone out. So what followed were conversations that have been ongoing around. What followed were conversations that were ongoing around. Well, is what's playing out here okay? Yeah. Specifically, is what's playing out that like he bought these options, and then this tweet went out, and what kind of impact that had on the stock? Is this manipulation or not? And should we be hosting him on the platform? What happens if we remove him from the platform? And so around that, there's basically been several layers of questions here and concerns.
Yeah, I recognize that from your reporting here, and I know that obviously you cover Morgan Stanley, so you have a lot of sources within the firm that you were able to speak with as part of your reporting and ability to break this news. Talk to me about what your sources within the firm, though, are saying who might be flagging that this could be a bad move when it comes to E-Trade in terms of the impact it could have on other customers. What are they saying to you?
Well, that's part of the discussion internally, which is what happens if we do remove him from the E-Trade platform? What happens if he goes public? Might we risk a bunch of his followers who have E-Trade accounts ditching E-Trade? So there's several layers to this, right? There's concerns around is what he's doing manipulation, which started a few weeks ago, those concerns following the May 12th tweet. In addition, there's what are the implications for E-Trade customers, for E-Trade with regards to the customers that it might lose, given the large followers, the large number of followers that he has. So this isn't an easy calculation that's playing out internally, and it does touch on some gray areas, and it's an area, kind of a gray area, that regulators themselves are looking at.
Right, we know that the SEC is looking at this behavior as well. I'm just curious, in terms of your history covering Morgan Stanley, how abnormal would it be for them to shutter an account like this one?
So Morgan Stanley, like all brokerages, when we talk about the E-Trade portion of it, like all brokerages, has the right to shut down accounts for a variety of reasons, and that's stated in their policies in a pretty clear way. In addition, what I learned as I was learning about all of these developments is that it's pretty normal for them to review accounts on a somewhat routine basis, especially if they have some questions around what's going on. And that's part of what played into E-Trade employees looking into Keith Gill's account after May 12th, May 13th, to see, well, there was this sudden surge in demand for GameStop stock. What happened here? So brokerages in general have a pretty wide-ranging latitude in terms of what they can do with regards to keep or not keep clients' accounts.